If you've been dreaming about a place where life feels a little more intentional, discover the Canopy in Sebastopol by City Ventures. This new community offers solar-powered homes, surrounded by mature trees, nature preserves, and walking trails, with a vibrant local downtown, renowned wineries, and the Bay Area all within easy reach. Enjoy low-maintenance living, refined design, and built-in eco-friendly features that make everyday life easier. Start your next chapter at the Canopy by City Ventures. Visit cityventures.com. That's cityventures.com.
Here's the snapback. Here's the kick. He's got the leg into it. If it is good, and it is! Boston scores! A 49-yard field goal, and Indiana leads 27-24.
Oh, it's an end around one to throw. Page looking at the quarterback, and it's a touchdown! Page times Leno! Penix rolling out of the pocket to a strong hand. Delivers deep down the field. Caught, touchdown, Fried Fogel again.
Welcome to the OEO podcast. I'm your host, Michael Bragg. You can find me on Twitter. It's at Bragley, Braggley. You can also find me in Lot 2, as many of you have, and I appreciate it. Not here with us. Believe it or not, shocking, out of town. Can you believe it? Just neglects his family at any cost. Brandon, not with us on this one, but with us, as always, sometimes, most of the time. Producer Seth, if you haven't done it already, you can block him. He's a nice guy, but he just block him on Twitter. Just do it, just for the heck of it. It's at Say Top 5, SETAH5. What's up, Seth?
Just like IU, I am a little under the weather, and we are gonna really come on strong in the second half and blow this thing out. So let's see.
You're not starting very strong.
No, we're great. We're gonna rally.
Appears to be monsooning in your basement right now. So, yes, we're here to talk about the victory. That's 2 in a row, 2-0. Indiana Hoosiers. Final score: Idaho 22, Indiana 35. Game not that close. I don't know. We'll talk about it. It was weird. It
wasn't.
It was and it wasn't. Yes. It was for a minute, but then it wasn't for a few minutes, and then
it almost was again.
Yeah, not really. Okay, real quick. Usually we record this on Sundays, but again, due to people like leaving the country and leaving their wife and child behind, we are here where we're at. And we are recording on Monday night. So I've got some press conference notes now. We don't have to talk about it on Wednesday night when we record the preview for Western Kentucky. So Tom Allen was, for lack of a better word today, Seth, he was still pissed. Some of the quotes, he was pretty clear about that after the game. And when I say that, I mean, he doesn't swear, but he pretty much said he was pissed. It was just basically talking about setting expectations. And I don't know if you've seen it, and IU media maybe shouldn't have released this one, but they released the locker room fight song video like they do after every victory. And I'm not sure they should have released this one, because you could cut the tension through a video in that locker room. It was
no, they should have shared the one that I posted.
Yes. Which, by the way, congratulations. I think that's the most likes on any tweet on the LEO podcast handle. So you now own number 1 and number 2. So
yeah, well, the original Indinia was
yeah.
I mean, come on.
I do love how I sent you a video of them doing this last week in a much bigger game. Didn't quite get the same reaction as it does against Idaho. So yeah, again, as I said, he was very upset too about not just the whole game, but the second half too. Where we outscored them 35-12. He was still very mad, and to the point to where he said, I'm not happy, still not. So his thing is all about is start and finish. And they didn't really start until the rain stopped, and then they didn't really finish, from what I understand. So I left at 35-16, I think, after the big Shivers breakout. But I don't know if you caught any more of the press conference or not. Walt Bell, a lot of compliments for Walt Bell. A lot of compliments for Sean Shivers. I did a whole section on McCullough. That's pretty much it that I remember. Baz was pretty good at the beginning, real short. But it seemed like it was all business. There was no celebrating 2-0. It was all business and trying to fix mistakes and move on. So let's talk about what went right, and then we'll talk what went wrong. So for me, Seth, what went right? The offensive line
Right.
was great. They were one sack in 2 games so far. And the one sack that we gave up, we talked about this the other day, was not really a sack. It was a coverage sack, if anything.
And he had
And
5 seconds to throw it away
yeah,
on
he
a
could have thrown it
rollout outside
away.
of the
So
pocket.
yeah. So I would say they're probably at 0 sacks against one pretty decent defensive end set, and then a pretty good set of FCF's defensive ends as well. So yeah, Luke Haggard
That
also,
linebacker you mentioned was good.
he was good. Yeah,
Uh,
he was there last year too. I forgot.
Fave or whatever.
Yeah, number 2.
Uh-huh.
They had a dude too. When I went back and rewatched some of the plays, they've got a ton of transfers on that team. One of them's a Notre Dame transfer. They've got a bunch of Washington State transfers. Um, but yeah, I was back to the offensive line real quick, and then we'll go over what went right for you. Luke Haggard is, I guess, getting graded very highly in his pass blocking by, I'm assuming, PFF. Just what I was told in passing by today, but uh, all of them are, to be honest. And I think we might talk about that a little bit later on Stock Up. But you want to add anything on the offensive line and then give your what went right?
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think that was a strong point. I think you expected that against the opponent, but you always have to be able to prove that over the course of a game. So I think they did, and any progress at this point, I think, is definitely a plus. For me, I thought the big thing in a game like that that has just a monsoon crazy effect is the injury bug, because there's so many things that you could twist or turn or whatever, because the footing is so poor. Lots of sliding around, and it didn't seem like, I think there may have been one injury that could, I don't know, but there was no major obvious injuries where anybody had to be carted off, or where you had to have a live ball timeout, or not, sorry, a dead ball timeout to get a guy over to the sideline. So have to be positive in that kind of situation where it didn't seem like anybody went down. And again, because I'm using this as the offensive line as a jumping off point, because that was obviously the one area where there was an injury last week.
Yeah, definitely. Good thing not to see any major injuries, at least maybe some tweaks along the way, but I didn't see anything that really stood out. Yeah, and the second half is my other thing that went right. Man, I watched probably the majority of the first half in the concourse on a little 32-inch TV that they had hanging up. Like, that was tough. And just, it was just a bad first half. But the second half, the rain stopped. You outscore Idaho 35-12. Could have been worse. Probably should have been worse. I mean, they should have just scored at the end just to score.
And to cover my spread, yeah.
And to cover your spread.
My live bet of minus 16.5.
Yes, they should have done that just for you, or maybe not give up a 71-yard touchdown or whatever it was. Poor tackling and everything else that Tom Allen. I don't know if you saw that replay or saw him live. Ooh, he was fired up on the sideline.
Yeah, that was my tweet. Coach Tom Allen's fired up. That was what that was in relation to. He was not pleased.
Yeah, he was right in front of him. It happened. Yeah.
I was going to say, we were in a spot where we could hear every word he was saying very clearly. And again, he doesn't swear, but he sure gets his point across clearly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because you're talking about all of the reported attendance, 46,785 people must have been gone by then for you to be able to hear him. So most of them were gone by the end of the first half, if not by the end of the first quarter, because man, the weather was awful. So let's talk about what went right. I'll start. There it is. Rain.
Wrong.
I just put, or what went wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
And dude, I hate rain games. Like, I don't mind some mist. Give me some snow. I'll deal with snow if I need to. Just totally ruined whatever game plan we did have. I'm sure we still stuck to the scripted plays, and it's just, they moved the ball fine. They just, everything just wasn't as smooth and didn't click the way it's supposed to. And then, yeah, you looks like you've added one here, but Let me go ahead and take one from you, and then I'll let you do yours. And you called it during the game. This is a shout out to you. Wheel routes went wrong because we couldn't cover
especially
a wheel
out of the
route.
backfield.
Yeah. If it was a what would you call it? I guess a 3-3 personnel, maybe. I don't know, with 3 tight ends and 3 running backs. And they only had one person out, and I don't think that works like that.
No.
No.
Yeah. I was gonna say it has
A
to have
3-2.
5.
Give me a 3-2 personnel. Give me goal line personnel I formation. And you only have one person going out in coverage or into a route. Our defense couldn't cover that if it was a wheel route. Couldn't do it. Impossible. Scored 2 of their 3 touchdowns on a wheel route. Yeah, not a big fan of that. You called it every time. They're here he goes, boom, touchdown. So
yep. And then the one touchdown that didn't come on a wheel route, and they had the one that got called back too. Don't forget, was because of poor tackling. That was that. It was a simple. The outside receiver ran a streak. The inside receiver did a simple out. It's the most basic play you learn in NCAA football 2014 or any version of Madden. Monster had a huge cushion on him. The out route didn't make the tackle, and then it kind of he incidentally kind of blocked. I think it was Noah Pierre, maybe. I can't remember who the other guy was out on the edge. And it was just it was completely out the back end immediately. So tackling, and again, we're going to talk about the rain. The rain affects tackling. I hate to admit it. As a former player, it's always easy to go to that excuse. Oh, he's so slippery. Now he's wet. He's even more slippery. And that's going to affect the kicking game as well. And I think that's the 2 areas where you saw it most affected. So definitely the rain, the wheel routes, tackling issues. These are all things you expect to see early in the season. So there's nothing here that are glaring red flags that you need to be tremendously worried about. Though obviously coverage issues are something that you want to shore up as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for what went wrong, what went right. We'll get right into the stocks. We are chugging right along. So, stock up. I've got 2. Looks like you've got 2 basically. I'll start with the most obvious one. It's got to be Sean Shivers. I think you actually saw a legit running game plan on Saturday. 20 carries, 155 yards, 1 touchdown. One of them was a 40-something yarder after an onside kick, the very first play. Showed a ton of burst, showed a ton of juke, a bunch of ability to break tackles. He averaged, let me get that average real quick. I want to say it was 7 yards a carry or pretty close to 7 yards a carry.
Over 7.5, yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
7.5 yards a carry. Just sharp. And Josh Henderson too. Quick shout out to Josh Henderson. He looked like not what I thought Josh Henderson was going to look like. Like he looked quick and he looked dynamic and strong. So to have a bigger backup like that, I think that's nice.
Yeah, they complement each other very well. The thing I liked about Shivers is not just the explosiveness that he had on that touchdown run. He had to be very patient to allow that hole to develop, allow the flow to essentially overcommit, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And then he just snuck out the middle. Yep. And his 0 to 60 was dynamic.
Yeah. If you guys haven't really watched that, I watched it probably 2 or 3 times yesterday. Seth's right. He sits. He almost Le'Veon Bells it for a minute. He kind of just sits and
does a dead leg. Yeah. He's like,
and then hits that. He saw the hole and that was it. It was over. I mean, he ran like somebody was chasing him. Somebody was trying to chase him, but nobody was in 20 yards. I don't think so. And I just wish he would have executed the high five a little bit better with the cop at the back of the end zone. I'm going to blame it on the police officer, not Sean. So, my next one's a real quick one. The offensive line, but specifically, Parker Hanna. Again, the fact that we don't talk about him is a good thing. And I mean, honestly, they were good again. I mean, I didn't feel like there was much pressure, if any pressure, that was really brought on him. I don't know. I can look up that stat real quick, but
at least in game action, I don't
remember seeing. Did they have any QB hurries? They had 0 QB hurries on the day, 0 sacks. They had 3 TFLs, but everybody's going to get a TFL every now and then. But yeah, I mean, they were controlling the line of scrimmage. So yeah, shout out to the offensive line, which is nice. Again, granted, you have to take this with a little bit of a grain of salt, but man, Idaho was not what I thought. Man, they were decent. They're a decent squad for FCS.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other thing to mention here is they are sticking with a pretty much a 5-man rotation on that offensive line.
Yeah.
Last year, I can't count how many tweets I had about, oh, they have a different combination out there. And it wasn't because of health issues always. It was just because they were mixing and matching or trying to figure out a group that worked well together. You're the one who mentioned, I think they were subbing in at left guard, I think a couple times, but that was really about it.
Yeah,
And they were really,
Benson, I think maybe.
yeah, I think that was right. Weaver and Benson, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, they were sticking with the main 5 and really trying to develop a chemistry and a rapport together. So I liked that. And I think that while you obviously highlighted how it was effective in the running game, what I noticed was in the passing game, it really helped them develop a skinny post game. They hit it probably 4 or 5 times. It's not quite a slant. It's, a few more steps before you get inside. And it's not a deep post where you stay a streak as long as possible and then break middle. It's kind of that in between in game. And they hit it for McCauley on a really nice route. They hit it to Camper a couple times last week, and this week again. I can't remember who they followed up. Was it DJ Matthews on the touchdown? It seems to be their pass route that they feel most comfortable with at this point. And what I think, kind of my stock up went to essentially Walt Bell on that, because he diagnosed and play called to a strength where he spotted an advantage and maximized it and went to the well over and over again. Sometimes you're afraid to. If something works, you're like, okay, well, clearly they're going to pick up on it and prevent me from doing this again. They never prevented it. And so he just kept going back to it. And the other guy I want to give an honorable mention shout out to is AJ Barner. On that long TD he absorbed what I thought was going to be a huge hit. He just kind of, they almost just hit each other instead of him.
3 dudes, yeah. All around 3 dudes, and then
he had plenty to get to the end zone. And I think that was something that I expected to see a lot more out of him, even though, in all honesty, I think I expected him to be more of a red zone target. But I think we saw that he had the athletic skill to make big plays, and his evolution is going to be key to how this team improves over the season. In order to hit their ceiling, they're really going to make sure that he has to come along. And I've said it before, I'm just going to keep sticking with it. AJ Barner showed something. And I don't want to say I called him out, but I was really hoping to see it, and he delivered.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going through some of the stats, and the offense is not the problem. Well, I'm not even gonna say the offense isn't the problem, but maybe not in this game. Again, they drove down the field. They got down to the 1. They got stopped again. That's going to happen every now and then. It's second game of the season. You got to work some of the kinks out. That happened, but then you missed 2 field goals. You figure they score on any of those, that's 13 points. You're up worst case 13-10 at halftime, and then you add a 13 onto this, and everybody's happy. There's no questioning about things. It's a smooth ride the whole way. So again, they beat us in time of possession by 15 minutes, but we dominated, almost doubled them in rushing. Passing nobody was great, 204 to 197. Total yards 436 to 330. First downs for IU, 21 first downs, almost a first down a minute. As far as time of possession goes, lost the turnover battle, still never really felt like we were under threat, and which they shouldn't against a team like Idaho. Honestly, they've improved a ton. The talent level between last year's team and this year's team, just based on watching it against IU, is through the roof. The difference. Got a heck of a looking coach as well, and so they could do pretty well. I think that it's still a good win, a good solid win. Again, you just look at the second half alone, you put a 35 spot down on anybody, that's pretty impressive. So, and that's with two extra points that were missed. So
yeah, before we move on to defensive stock ups, the one thing I want to mention about time of possession is the the tempo that Walt Bell's offense is running at is really going to affect the time of possession a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And what you really hope to see is that the amount of plays and the pace of the plays wears down the team, insofar as typically a longer time of possession would wear down the team, late in the fourth quarter. So it's a different strategy. And I think the time of possession might be a little bit misleading moving forward when you start looking at Walt Bell's offense moving forward.
Yeah, so this is super interesting. So here are the touchdowns. This is all second half. You've got 8 plays, 70 yards, 2 minutes, 48 seconds. 4 plays, 64 yards, 1 minute, 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
5 plays, 72 yards, 1 minute, 43 seconds. It's so small. 6 plays, 41 yards, 2 minutes and 36 seconds. 1 play, 48 yards, 8 seconds. And then the end of the game, to put it away, 11 plays, 33 yards, 5 minutes and 51 seconds. So again, should have scored on that one just to add to
the second team offensive line and Jalen Lucas and was it Holloway?
It was Howland. Yeah, Trent Howland. Who that dude, I'm telling you, man, and just looking at him in person in his pads and everything, looks like a monster. And then just to see him out there running the football looked pretty good too. 2 carries for 12 yards. What are you going to do? 6 yards a pop. Everybody looked good. I mean, the average rush was well over 6.6 yards per carry, and that's including the sack. Or I'm sorry, Baz has one for -4. They didn't consider it a sack, but and then you've got the kneel down too, which they also throw in there. But yeah, the rushing game was nice. But let's talk defense real quick. There's one glaring stock up, and I'm not sure his stock could have gone up higher, but it did. He may be legit, Seth. Deshaun McCullough.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. Holy cow, dude. The one-handed sack, I believe it was pretty critical. It was the one I think that kept them to 10-0 instead of 14-0 in the first half. He got through, he got juked by the quarterback, maintained one hand on him and brought him down with one hand. The TFLs were crazy. Let me see if I've got a stat for him. He had 5 tackles, 3 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, a quarterback hurry. It again caused chaos. What's up?
Nothing. That's what he was. You're right. He was in the backfield all the time. There was a specific TFL he had that he was front side end against a design backside cutback run. Mm-hmm. He evaded the block, got low, trailed the entire offensive line behind the line of scrimmage, like sneaky stealth mode, and tackled the running back in the weak side B or C gap for like a 2-yard loss. Mm-hmm. That combination of size, speed, lean, flexibility, and play diagnosis is so rare and special. And I don't know where it came from, but that is not normal. And I think people need to know that is not something that normal human beings, normal athletes can do. This guy is special.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just love it. Whatever you see from him, just love it. Hopefully he continues to make big plays against bigger caliber opponents. Again, I think he's going to be a big difference maker in Saturday. I think having somebody that is quick, that can rush a quarterback in a quick throw, quick paced offense like Western Kentucky is going to have. I don't want to spend too much time on them right now, but yeah, they didn't change. That's all I'm going to say, except they run the ball a little bit more. But we'll talk about them in a couple of days. That's it for stock up. Let's go stock down. Again, the defense didn't play that bad, so I don't want to just say he was the only good player on defense, but that's it for me as far as anybody that really stood out. Top tackler on the day was Jalen Williams, which I think we'll talk about here for a different reason. Cam Jones was good again. Aaron Casey really good again. Aaron Casey with a half sack, 1.5 tackles from loss. So good players all the way around on the defense, and I thought they played fine. Stock down on offense. I don't have anybody, but I did pick Chuck Campbell from the special teams. I didn't think anybody on offense really was that bad. I thought maybe Anderson Kobe could have been thrown in there again. But again, he had a ball slip through his hands in a rainy game. So that's hard to blame a whole lot. But that was really the only miscue that I noticed. But Chuck Campbell, automatic all the time. Again, I walked away from both kicks that he should have made. I don't know what happened. I haven't watched them on TV. I don't know how bad they were. But dude, they were close kicks. They were, I don't know. I'm not a kicker. I don't know what it's like to kick in the rain. But dude, disappointed. That's all I'm going to say.
As watching the Bears game yesterday, our punter, rookie punter, who is the holder, got a 15-yard personal foul for trying to dab water off the playing surface before a field goal. And it was going to be like a 49-yarder. So the 15 yards pushed us completely out of range. Apparently it's hard. It's hard to, I don't know. I think it's completely justifiable that under those elements that, the snap isn't going to be easy. The hold isn't going to be easy. And sure as hell, the footing on a kick is not going to be easy. But if there was one weakness, that certainly was it. And we give Chuck all the praise in the world. He's the best special team player on the team. He's been consistent. But Saturday was not his day, and I have the confidence in him that he's going to bounce back and be a solid contributor moving forward. But just the combination of elements and performance was not up to task.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't want to spend too much time on stock down in general, but I'm gonna give a stock down to one of the beer ladies. She made me feel really bad for no reason. As I said, I spent the majority of the first half in the concourse watching the TV. Just all sorts of depressed, trying to hide any sort of negativity I had. Here's what happened. Okay. We gave up what I thought was a touchdown, and it turned out to be, was it brought back?
Yeah.
Brought back. So I didn't
illegal formation, maybe.
Yeah, didn't even know it. So I see them score on the TV in the concourse. I immediately head to the bathroom because I have to go to the bathroom anyway. Chucked my beer from the entrance of the bathroom across the bathroom into the trash can. I mean, it was a direct Randy Johnson 90-mile-an-hour fastball right in there. And no birds in the bathroom, Seth. And so that, Miss Beer Lady, is why I came back to you so quickly. It was because I threw my beer in the trash can on my way to the trough. Okay. So that's what was going on. But yeah, she made it very clear that didn't I just see you? Yes, you did. And I ordered a different drink this time, and you asked me about it. I thought you just ordered a beer. I did. And now I want a seltzer because we're losing 10-0. I need to switch it up. So, that's my stock down for her. I'll let you go. Stock down off or defense.
Yeah, so I had the one injury issue that I think may have happened, but I don't want to speculate too much. Was it looked like Monster? I don't know if it was a shoulder. He was kind of leaning weird a couple times, and so I don't think he had his best game. And I'm really hoping to see. I didn't do enough research on this, but I want to see if he's going to be on the injury report moving forward. Again, I don't think it's anything major, but there was a little hitch in his giddy up, and I hope he bounces back pretty quickly.
Yeah, no word about that today, but nobody really asked that much from what I've seen about injuries. So, mine's big play J or no play J. Really, I thought he was burned. I don't like to do that to the college kids, but he's been around long enough. He can take it. He got burned a lot, and it was kind of bad. I mean, I don't know if it's a scheme thing, but I can't imagine with what Coach Wilt and Coach Allen want to be doing that they do want to be playing that far off of somebody running an inside slant. That's very obvious that that's all they're going to run the entire game. Was not impressed with him. Again, led the team in tackles. He had one pass defended, but they don't have a burned stat, and that would have been also led the team. So again, maybe it's just the weather, the opponent. I mean, he was lined up on the outside against somebody that's like 5'7" and a shifty character. So I'm not sure.
I know that they had Lanier and you know this name better than I do. Number 12. Was it Lem Watley?
Watley.
There we go. We're playing considerably. throughout the game in a rotation.
Lanier's been playing a lot. He played a lot
Mhm.
against Illinois too. And he's got a busted up hand. So I'm surprised they're bringing him out there as much as they are. I'm trying to see if he even made the stats. A lot of people wouldn't notice him. I mean, Lewis Moore's been playing a little bit, the transfer from the Texas Junior College. Lanier, no defensive recorded stats from what I can see, which is great.
I was going to say, as a corner, that's not a bad thing.
No, that's fantastic. I mean, again, our best player, probably overall talent wise, probably Taiwan Mullen, 2 tackles. And that's fine. Nothing else. No passes defended. When you're on an island, you're not going to get the ball thrown at you. But either way, when you're on an island, you might want to wear a tank top. You want to know where you can get a tank top from? Moan on Track Club. Not only are they Indiana's running brand, but they also have a sick store full of sick goods, hoodies. That's coming up. Today was a little hoodie day. Had a little quarter zip on at work. They've got shirts. They've got tanks, whatever you guys run in. If anybody listens to this that runs, I don't know, pennies or whatever they're called. They've got those. They got koozies for your beers at the tailgates. As a thank you to our listeners, they're offering 10% off your order. Use promo code LEO0 at checkout. I'm sorry, LEO10, LEO10 at checkout to get 10% off. Back to the show. Seth, let's revisit predictions.
Tell me how you're going to convince me that Brandon won and I didn't this week. Tell me.
I mean, you won the away side. Seth had a W at 45-13, Brandon 48-10, me 52-10. I guess Seth wins because he's the closest on both scores, 35-22. Seth had 45-13. Okay, I'm just trying to think. If we would have had another 13 points, Brandon would have had that right in the bag. Plus 2 more extra points had we not gone for 2. That's 50. So I would have had it.
I'm just glad it took him going across the pond to get me to win one of these games.
You won last week. You nailed it last week, I think, right? Or no, we tied.
Yeah, we tied.
We did tie.
Yeah. Which is still the most respect you've ever given me on a revisit predictions.
Well, when we win, I'll let you do whatever you want. You know, I don't care. So, all right, let's Are
you gonna let me reach into my sack?
Reach into your sack, yeah.
All right. I have spent 4 shows talking Idaho Vandal football. Can we please bury this forever? There's no Idaho matchup that I have to prepare for in like 2026, right?
No.
We're done. I can scrub this forever. Okay.
We're done. Now, granted, I'm assuming if there is another one, which I have a pretty good idea. I think like Charlotte's probably like the next non-con or something that we've got. I know we've got Charlotte down the road at some point. We've got Louisville next year, I think.
That's fine. I can work up content for that.
Yeah.
Charlotte's cool.
Charlotte's terrible, by the way. Not the city. The team is awful. No, we're good. But if another one does come up, hopefully, I guess, as I said, hopefully it's at Kibbe. I will make a trip out to Kibbe for that. So, all right, what's up?
Shout outs to Taiwan Mullen and Jacquez Smith for giving gear to my nephew after the game. Always cool. Always want to shout out guys being good. Sorry for not tweeting in the first half. My fingers were so waterlogged that I couldn't access my phone.
Seth was in a cutoff t-shirt and basketball shorts, I believe. It was raining pretty good in the first half, and we made a very conscious decision, Seth, that you missed right before like the hard rain came down pre-game. I pack up about an hour before kick. There was a guy across from us, and I knew the game had been delayed. There was a guy across from us, came over as we were packing up. He goes, "Hey, did you know kickoff got delayed by 30 minutes?" I was like, "Yeah." "Did you know it's about ready to go nuts in just a minute?" So I pack everything up, throw it in the back of the van. We sat in the van for a good 45 minutes. Walked in just around opening kick. Man, it was crazy to see how many people just immediately left as soon as the rain really started coming down. Like, didn't even go into the stadium. Just packed up their cars, took off. I don't blame them, but it is what it is. So, okay.
And I just want to give my nephew and I credit. We're the only 2 who stayed not only the entire game. Well, we got there with like 7 minutes left in the first quarter, but didn't go underneath the stands at all. So
yeah, good for you guys.
Soft ass homer. Was that the worst weather game you've seen in person?
No.
What was worse? I can't remember
Virginia,
one.
2006, 18, 2000. Yeah, because Chelsea was my wife was very pregnant. I mean, I went into that game with golf rain pants on, rain jacket, poncho, hat, everything. It poured the entire game. It was a very good one.
Okay, so there were no breaks. Okay,
No.
I was trying to think of how it could have been worse, but if there was
There
no
have been
breaks,
some
you're
worse
right.
ones. Michigan, I was in Michigan and in Ann Arbor, 2013, probably. I think it was 2013. It was a lot of like spit, snow, windy, just what you would imagine Ann Arbor night game would be. Anything else that was bad?
Well,
I
I'll
don't
say something that
think
was bad.
so.
You mentioned this last week,
Mhm.
but it was my first game. That audio system is not good.
Well,
It's echoey and like garbled.
yeah.
I don't, something's got to be done.
It has to sound good somewhere. Maybe it sounds good at like I'm serious. Maybe it sounds good midfield, like where the press box is at, and maybe it gets a lot. Maybe there's some sort of is it physics? I guess with audio and stuff. Like maybe in the north end zone, by the time it gets down there and it
Acoustics.
swirls or whatever, but like there are giant speakers on the field. You can see them on the field in the north end zone. They use them during pregame. Why are we not using them ever? Like it doesn't. And then it sounds almost like you can hear Tom Allen going, "What's the finisher?" It's like you only get like parts of it, and it's L Ever. Just like it's the weirdest thing. I said I was going to file an official complaint last week. I forgot.
This is my reminder to you.
I'm going to try to do it. I'll see what I can do.
Speaking of reminders to you, AJ Thomas,
Yeah, AJ
3-star
Thomas, new
edge rusher from Louisiana, committed.
Yeah, new commit. He's not gonna get you off your seat looking at him without diving into his tape. Looks good, big guy off the edge, quick. Should be a good pass rusher. Tape looks good, plays at a good high school in Louisiana. Not overly recruited. I think it was between Tulane and Louisiana Tech. Is that it? For the last 3?
I think that was right.
Yeah, so he's been a target for a while. I believe he was a former Louisiana Tech commit and then decommitted and opened it back up. But I like him. I know I'm not going to get a bunch of people jumping out of their seats and going nuts listening to me talk about him. So it's fine.
All right. Well, this is something I'm going to get out of my seats and get nuts about. They played pink houses between the third and the fourth quarter. They make it a thing. Students sing along. Make it a cool thing, please.
Again,
you listen to me once. Do it. Just do it.
Anything. Pink houses, Jack and Diane, either one of those two.
It makes so much sense.
Yes. Continue to do that, please. Okay. Final statements, and then we'll get out of here. What do you got?
All right. I really like how they're using players situationally to maximize their talents. McCulley running routes and goal line quarterback. We didn't talk about that at all, but wanted to make sure I mentioned that.
Yeah.
Lucas and Cooper, the freshman returning kicks. Lucas had a really nice return. I think it was about 40 yards. And defensively, they're playing about 30 guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of dudes. And there was the guy I mentioned to you a couple times. I'm like, who the hell is 43 on defense? We've never talked about him, never heard his name. And he's out there running what I think was an outside linebacker, bull. Maybe he was even a nickel at one point. But they're just plugging in guys and they're doing a really good job of putting them in situations to be effective. And, as a player, you can't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah. The guy you're talking about is walk-on freshman Matt Holt.
Thank you.
Out of Greenwood, 6'2", 222, number 43. He's got a tackle on the season, I think, so far. I don't think you'll see him a lot more than what we've seen. Maybe
seen him on the coverage team, certainly.
You'll see him,
but
you'll see him there. But yeah, I don't think so. And yeah, I totally agree. We knew that they'd be using a lot of depth on defense. I think they're testing a lot of these people out. you get 4 games. So use them wherever you can use them. I think Lewis Moore is going to be used a little bit more, number 20. Again, the junior college transfer out of Texas.
Oh, and Bryson Bonds got a lot of play too.
Bryson Bonds,
he was rotating at safety.
Yeah, another Texas kid. I think you'll see a lot of those players here soon. I don't have anything else to add other than make sure you check out the pod on Twitter. It's at Podcast LEO. Be sure to download, rate, review, follow, all of that stuff. Just do it. If you guys follow us already on any of the stuff, unfollow, follow again, rate us, review us, whatever. Sorry about last week. It was not my fault. I promise you, it was not on me. Apple listeners, that's not me. That was a posting issue, but we got it fixed right before the game. So be sure to check this one out. This will be out just in time for you guys to get ready for us to record again and talk Hilltoppers. So we love you guys. Leo.
Leo.
He said it.
Leo. Awesome day. Leo. Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that. Leo. All right. Great. Leo. Appreciate you guys. Leo. You're welcome, Dave. Have a great day. Leo. Have a great day. Leo. Appreciate you being here with us. Have an awesome day. And Leo. Oh, thank you so much. Leo. Well, thanks so much, Leo. Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate that. Leo. Appreciate you guys, man. Have an awesome day. Leo. Awesome. Leo. Leo.
Ready to buy a car, a home, or just want to take control of your money? Your FICO score matters, and 90% of top lenders use it to make decisions. Check your FICO score for free today without hurting your credit score. Visit myfico.com/free or download the MyFICO app today. MyFICO gives you the score lenders use most, plus credit reports and real-time alerts to help keep you on top of your credit. Visit myfico.com/free and take the mystery out of your FICO score.